All right, I'm here with Leo, and inside the house is Posh. In this video, we're gonna go over how you can release your dog out of a kennel in a structured way. So a lot of us, when our dog, I don't know, I'm yelling, I forgot I got the mic. A lot of us, when we come home, our dogs are crazy excited, and we go and let them out of the kennel, and then they zoom around the house because they have all this excitement. Now, general rule of thumb, you don't want to have a dog in a kennel for longer than 4 hours, except when they're sleeping overnight. It can start releasing cortisol into their blood. Even if your dog has enjoyed being in a kennel for a long period of time, for like 6 months or 8 months, eventually that will wear off. And so this is why we like recommending a long-term confinement area if you have a puppy. So if you're getting a puppy, you think about getting a long-term confinement area as opposed to using a short-term confinement area, aka a kennel. So we've let Posh hang out in the kennel for a minute or two. She's probably going to be a little bit animated because Leo's outside here with us and she probably doesn't have much practice being alone. So we're going to go inside. I'm going to show you how you can let her out using basically a little bit of operant conditioning. I'm going to wait for her to be calm, and when she's calm, I'm going to start the process of letting her out. When she gets excited, I'm going to stop the process. And eventually, hopefully, we can get her to be sitting calmly when I open the door and she waits for permission to come out. Let's see how it goes. Come on with me. Leo! Come on, buddy. All right, so probably just sitting right there would be probably great. Yes, Leo's excited. All right, so now her excitement level doesn't seem to be too high. And if it's more comfortable, you can use that as a tripod and put it down there and open it up. Just make sure you can see me throughout. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, we went over marker words with her earlier. Her marker word is the word yes. So I'm going to ask her to sit. Can you come over here? You're kind of blocking the camera. This is not good blocking, as they would say in Hollywood. Sit. Yes. Sit. Okay, you want to be in the way? How about we get you over here? Where's Leo? You're going to block everybody's view. All right, so now she's sitting, so I'm going to reach for it. See that little lurch? So she was anticipating me letting her out, and I'm guessing normally when you let her out, she tears out like a little Tasmanian devil, right?
Yes.
So she's anticipating and ready for that. So the first stage, I might just tell her, I'm going to have you over here again, buddy. Sit. I need 2 hands for treats on this one, evidently. All right, so what I might do is I might reach for it, pull my arm back, and then give her a treat. Because she didn't do anything. Now it doesn't seem like a lot because she doesn't have much she can do, but she just sat there. She didn't try to get up. Sit. Yes. You're normally not going to get treats with this. You're just getting something to keep you out of the way. So I reach again, touch, I give her a treat. Whoops. And give her that treat. Now, it's right here. There you go. And so now this is for dog, the touch and then treating her afterwards is typically something I'm going to do with dogs who are very, are having difficulty with it. She's okay, so you could just kind of reach, put your hand back, reach a little bit more, put your hand back, reach and jiggle, put your hand back. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking it up into individual stages instead of just coming and opening the door and then it erupts out of there. So then I can come and open it a little bit. Whoop. That's what we don't want to have happen. So I did too big of a step there. Sit. Yes. Reach. Yes. So I'm giving her treats now because I want to give her, right now the reward is escaping and running out. So I want to give her the reward for just sitting there is what gives you the reward. So I open it and I close it right away. She gets a treat afterwards. Come here, bud.
I think the bottom latches.
Okay. I accidentally did that. That's how good a latcher I am. So I use the treat as kind of a bit of a lure to keep her there. Thank you. And while she was there, then I opened the door. We're helping her practice the door opening with her staying there. So I'm going to do that again.
Stay.
Posh. Posh. There you go.
Sit.
I close it and I reset.
Stay.
Posh. Yes. And I close it. So she doesn't have to run out because she's getting the reward just by sitting in there. And she likes my treats.
Stay.
That was harder. You see how she looked right there. She's like, the door is fully open. Why do I want to get the treat? But the treats are pretty good.
Stay.
You're distracted by Leo a little bit. Yes.
Stay.
Now right there, this is considered negative punishment. I'm taking away her access to getting out. So I really don't want to open it as wide as I just did there. She got up, so that's her indication she's a little aroused. She's not super aroused, but she's a little excited. And again, excited is not the same thing as happy. Posh, sit. Yes. There you go. Posh. There you go, sweetheart. Now, see her body language right now tells me she's a little uncomfortable. See how she was stiff and she's kind of leaning and she's looking away? She's disengaging. So this is a little bit heavy, so I'm just going to go ahead and give her a treat without the jiggling. And give her another one. Posh. You want the meat one, huh? Yeah, you're a smart dog. So if you see her getting heavy, she's a little confused about what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to feel confused or to have it to be a negative thing. Posh. So we're just gonna give her some more treats. And I think now she's kind of a little bit, she's definitely off at this point because this is something that's not what you guys normally do when you come home. So let me just kind of describe it. You gotta watch it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach partially, pull my arm back, and I'll probably give her a treat. If she's nice and calm, you don't have to. Reach it next time, get a little bit closer. Eventually you touch it. I would just raise it up and then down. You can give her a treat if she wants. And then if she's disengaging, that's an indication she's uncomfortable. So I just want to basically go through all the process of first reaching, then touching, then jiggling, then opening it, and then closing it right away. And then give her a treat right afterwards, if she'll take it. There you go. And then opening it a little bit further and closing it, she gets another treat. And we're just gradually working up further and further. And although the door closed, she still got that treat.
Stay. Sit.
And that might be part of why she's a little bit off, is because Leo's her partner, and he's far behind the camera, so just so we have a good camera view. But that's probably making her a little bit insecure. So now she's pretty calm. And that disengagement is probably that I'd rather be free. So now she's free. Now she's calm, so I can open it and I can invite her out. Come on, Posh. So this is the energy we want when she's coming out, is she's pretty calm. I left a couple treats there so you can lick them up. And as soon as she got a couple feet away, then she goes, oh, I'm reunited with my buddy. And yes, there we go. And everybody else, can you still see me in this shot?
Yep.
So you can do the same activity, not just for the kennel. You can do it for if you're going to pet her or you're going to open the door. So let me come over here so I'm not so backlit. And so basically, when you're coming home, there's a glass door. Well, you probably saw the first part of the video. So when we come home, if the dogs are all crazy, Leo's going to be free. She's going to be back here. So Leo's going to be the dog that's a little bit excited. So we can do the same principle we did there for the coming through the door. So open the door just a crack. Tell him to sit. You can see through the door. If he sits, then I might open it a little bit more and close it, a little bit more and open it, close it, back and forth while he's staying there sitting. Now a little trick, practice this when you're not coming home. Be hanging out in your living room, go outside, sit on the deck, look at the construction guys next door, come in the door and practice it right there. He's like, you're only going to be gone for 3 seconds, so I'm not super crazy. Well, what are we doing? We're helping him practice being calm while I'm at the door, opening the door and coming inside. To him, it's easier because you haven't been gone for 8 hours, so he's not all super jacked up to see him. But we're helping him practice the behavior we want by just being calm and relaxed as I open the door. And after you've done that enough repetition where you've only been gone for 5 seconds, then you can do it, go talk to the neighbors and then come back and do the same sort of principle. And eventually it gets to the point where you come back from work and yeah, you're opening the door and you open it really wide and he just sits there nice and quiet. You come on in, tell him to sit. Yes. And pet him because he's nice and calm. So again, what we're doing is we're just we're teaching our dogs the behavior we want from them by going through it in small steps. And if the dog fails, we back up to a previous level of success, practice that one a couple times, and then try to go forward. This might take 3 or 4, 10 practice sessions, but when the dog comes to dogs, a lot of us don't teach our dog how to behave. We just put them in this situation and expect them to figure it out, and then we get mad at them when they don't do what we want. So I want you to use the same principle, not just for the kennel or for the door, but for anything that the dogs are overexcited or don't know how to do. Ask yourself, how can I break that into small individual segments or steps? And then we're going to practice segment 1 over and over and over again. If segment 1 is too much, let's do half of segment 1, or a quarter of segment 1, or an eighth of segment 1. You keep on breaking down to a small enough step where the dog can just do it. I do this like, we do one exercise where the dog has to stay on a dog bed while I step back. So I'll go over here so you can see me a little bit better. So if I go like this, the dog comes to me. So what I might do instead is I might just go like this. I'm not taking a step back, I'm just doing a partial. I'm doing a quarter of that step back. And I do this, then I give him a treat. And then I do it again, and give him a treat, and then eventually I might lean back and give him a treat. Now I combine both of them and give him a treat. And eventually I can take that full step and the dog stays there because I broke into small bite-sized steps. After each step, the dog got rewarded, and it was small enough for it to just hang out there. And eventually I can take those steps back and the dog stays exactly where I want him to stay. Isn't that right, Mr. Leo? Well, this is my buddy Leo, and you saw Posh earlier. And this is a video on how you can use a segmented process of letting your dog out of the kennel, or you coming home, or whatever it is, when the dog gets overly excited when you're arriving.